Hi, I'm Jahng from Godvertiser.com, and today I'd like to pick up on a thread of thought that arose on LiquidChurch.com's iCampus. It deals with a nuance of language. So many times that we'll be communicating with somebody, and two people might be thinking that they're talking about the same thing, but sometimes they're not. So for instance, I might say tomato, and you might say tomato. Or if you're from Jersey, you might greet someone by saying, "What's up?" If you're talking to Aussie Dave, you might hear, "G'day, mate." Let's look at two other words that are so important to your own faith and how we relate to others. So, what's the difference between being religious and being Christian to you?
Well, I think on the one hand, it's nice to say that we kind of can tease out religious as something that we're not as Christians, kind of de-emphasizing the checklist kind of faith, or maybe trying to move away from emphasis on like ritual and things that we do. But really, I think we should just own it. Like as Christians, we are religious, and I want to invite people to find out what it looks like for me to be religious, that it is kind of tied into a relationship with Christ, and that at the essence of being religious is just it's a framework of seeing the world, of seeing reality and beliefs and things that move us and drive us to interact with people in different ways. And so I suppose if someone asked me that question, I would want to allow those things to leak through while at the same time saying, yeah, this has changed my life, and I'd love to share it with you.
I think the difference is when you're talking about being religious, it's about doing a particular thing because you think that's what you're supposed to do, and it's really important to do those particular things. And when you're Christian, or when you're focusing on being Christian, it's who you're doing it for and why you're doing it. It's a commitment for Christ that's motivating you, not a need to be right or just do a particular thing. So for me, that's the difference.
So what's your take on being Christian versus being religious? I invite you to join the conversation at Godvertiser.com.